Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Monday, April 15th, 2024. Markets got crushed again today, and we're trading below the 50-day moving average, and that is something that has not happened since we have to go all the way back until the November 3rd. So that's a pretty long time to be trading above the 50-day. And the thing is that we've been looking at this, a topping period for April going all the way back into the end of when it was towards the end of November, beginning of December, and Woody's been eyeing down the April 22nd, but I had the AI software was giving me reasons to believe that it was actually going to be earlier than that. And right now, we had a two really big day drop, and it took us through to 50 days. So this is going to be pretty important. Now we opened up, made it. These are the pivots that I had from last night, and they're generated from the AI, and this is the expected move on the week. So we made it up. We kind of jumped through zone 1, 2, 3, and we made it up to 4, and that was right where the high was. And if it got through it, that we were looking at, the next really upside one was going up to the 52.18. So we gapped up here, and we pulled back. And the thing is that we were. The software was actually looking long, and it's even going through the option trades that I was looking at. And basically the way I use that is it gives you a percentage of probability of winning, and when you're putting in bear spreads and it's showing up at it has a 10% chance of making money, and then you put in a bullish spread and it's showing you that has a 78%. People, the options AI is looking higher on that, and we've been waiting, for everything to play out on it, and then once we gapped up above this, I'm going to go to a short-term chart, because when we gapped above it, this is where, I was looking at them to bounce it back up again, and we started getting long on it, and it was pretty not far after that when we got the news about, Israel said something about retaliating against Iran, and it just basically all hell broke loose in the market. So today was not one of those. Was actually probably the first losing day that I've had doing these option spreads in a pretty long time. So it was. It happens. We had our stops in place, so we took a little bit of a hiccup today, and that's it. But like I said, the biggest really concern for the bulls that I would have right now, or that we're trading under the 50-day moving average, and that's on the daily chart, and something that we have not seen in a very, very long time. So let's take a look and see what's playing out now. I'm just deleting some of these lines here. And really what we don't have it. We had a buy signal going into the weekend here. So this gap up made sense, and I that's again why I was really looking on the long side, but I wasn't going to jump up with a 45-point gap higher. So I waited for it to come down, get into the support area, and we took it, and it looked like it was going to be okay. And then, like I said, the floor fell out, and we went straight down. So I still don't have any real buy signals going on the 15-minute charts here. And if we look at the 60, it's the same thing. We went into today with buy signals in place on the 60s, and they're typically pretty good at giving some kind of reversal to the upside on it. And again, we ran right into the pivot, we ran right into the moving averages, and then we spent the next 5 hours just going pretty much straight down. So we're at the 50-50 pivot here. If the bears take it through it, the next pivot we're looking at is going to be the 50-25, and that's, again, just really generated from the AI. And if it gets through that, this is just a fib line right here, and you can see it's a 23% retracement. So it's very, very shallow, but it's still looking at 49.95. So now, bigger picture for me, I am looking at, and I don't believe it's going to be something that happens right away. It could be something that takes, a month or so. But I'm looking at this right around this 4,700 level as a downside possible target. And you can see just at 38% retracement, it's bringing us down to the 48.25, and a 50%, which makes sense, is at the 46.88, which is pretty close to the 200-day moving average. And again, when you just kind of look at the type of move that we've made, expecting a 50% retracement, it makes sense. So. And one thing that we know also is that when panic starts to set in, these markets go down a lot faster than they've gone up, and this went up pretty fast. So we just got to keep an eye on it. We got to look both ways. But the good thing with if we get into this decline where I wouldn't be surprised to see a 10% pullback, maybe even a little bit more than that, and then but you're going to get big moves in both directions. So. It's you just got to be a little more open to be able to trade both ways, and you can't really be that concerned for it. And until the bulls can start getting above some of these resistance levels, the trade is going to be to short these rallies and just wait for the downside momentum to pick up. So again, I really don't have any. There's no buy signals on anything. It doesn't mean that we can't. That we can't bounce, but right now the bulls are going to have to get it really the first level. This is the first support resistance zone, so that's going to be the 50.89 up to the 51.03. So this is if they could get above that, then we're going to be eyeing down. This is just another little resistance. Sorry about that. Another little resistance level, which is going to be right. This isn't actually little. This is a lot. 51.36, and I think they're going to have some troubles getting through this because there's, I think when we had this move down and then we gapped up, I think a lot of people were actually kind of looking for, on the long side, for a move to come up here. So if we get up to these levels, it's probably, you're going to find sellers waiting. And again, on the downside, if we head down, we want to keep an eye. If they take out the 50-50 lows, then we're coming down to the 50-25. And if they get taken out, then eye this 49.95. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.